2-3.
That guy was 2-3?
Yeah.
So if you can really fight, you take him out pretty quick.
There's
Tommy
a lot
Fury,
of guys that are 2-3 that are still good fighters.
He was on, he's Big Brother.
Yeah.
That's not a real fighter.
Because he was on Big Brother?
Yeah, because
probably on Big Brother for publicity.
Yeah, he was definitely on for publicity.
Wasn't Andrew Tate on one of those fucking stupid reality shows too? Andrew Tate was a world-class kickboxer, world champion kickboxer. Like, it doesn't mean that someone sucks just because they're on some stupid reality show.
Joe Rogan, just give me your thoughts, man, of the fight itself between your brother and Chase.
Andrew's not the same man he was 10 years ago. He's a lot older than he was. I think it showed in the ring. You know, I respect him a lot for getting in there and trying, and I love him, and I support anything he wants to do in the future.
Is it fair to say that the greatest fraud check of all time happened on Saturday when Andrew Tate lost to Chase DeMoore?
If you wrap in the persona part of
Yes.
it, then yes, like that's pretty.
This might be the quintessential fraud check. If there was any sort of doubt about him winning, he should have never taken this fight. And now he's going online and he's doing the babyface thing of like, you have to live, and I'd rather try and fail. No, that's not who you are. Your persona has nothing to do with failure. Your persona is about winning. Your persona is about achieving wealth and success. Your persona is not about trying, and hey, if you don't succeed, you gave it the old college try. That is the antithesis of everything that you have spewed over the past 5 or so years. Miss me with the like, I'm proud of myself for trying, and I went in there against the champion who's really good. No, you didn't. You went in there and you looked awful and you failed. And so just be honest about that, because you have spewed all kinds of venom over the past 5 years about how you are the best and how you are the alpha male and how everyone else is a step below and all this other nonsense. And then you go out and fight. Like, unless he really needs the money, I am shocked that he did that. If we ever had a fraud check, that was the one.
Andrew Tate's boxing debut against Chase DeMoore ended in his first professional loss. Slower, messy fight where he faded by the second round. His admission of fatigue, refusal to make excuses, and a concerning injury have sparked massive debate across combat sports.
Break down the great cope session of Andrew Tate. I've been making these videos for many years, breaking down the excuses that UFC fighters make after a loss for the world championship. And I never thought I'd be making one about Andrew Tate, but here we are, and it might just be the worst, most embarrassing thing I've ever had to break down. This is insane to me. He blamed God at one point in this. I know some religious people like to put their win or loss in the hands of God, but he sounded an awful lot like he was just blaming God for his loss at one point during this video, and there's so much more to it. My main takeaway is this. He's talking about this like he stepped up on 2 days' notice to fight Prime John Jones in the UFC and came up short. If Volkanovski was saying some of the things that Tate says in this video after he took the Makhachev rematch on short notice across the world upper weight class when he knows he shouldn't have, I'd understand those takes, some of them. But Tate is talking about this little gimmicky layup Chase DeMoore fight like it's some kind of world championship defeat. Very, very embarrassing. And you can tell by the end of this, he's truly broken by this reality, even though he puts up a good front at the start. So we're going to go through the opening moment.
Proud of him for taking on this challenge. As Andrew said, time is the fire in which you will burn. He's not the same Andrew Tate I remember from 10 years ago. Maybe there'll be some more fights from him in the future, maybe not.
Fights for you?
That's all. We'll see.
Luke, what do you think?
I'm gonna enjoy Christmas.
And 10 years out, 40 years old, gave it my all, but he's tough. I don't know what to say. He's really tough. Congratulations to him.
Do you think we'll be able to see you in here again?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go back, watch the fight, make a decision, but Chase deserves this win. I'm really happy for him, genuinely.
Do you have a message to all the fans back home that are watching you?
It's better to try and lose than...
Andrew Tate then contradicted himself by explaining why the fight didn't reflect his true ability, sparking instant backlash online. This is the same Tate who once said, "What do you call someone who loses? A loser," and built his brand on domination and certainty. People didn't just react to his loss, they attacked. Joe Rogan weighed in, highlighting that the real story isn't the loss itself, but how Tate is processing it in real time, reminding everyone that coping doesn't always look clean. Some spiral, some deflect, and some speak before fully processing. What happened?
And then we're going to get to some of the crazier bits. Because it's going to build. His demise, his facade of being okay with this loss will shatter at some point along this video. So I want you guys to be along with the journey. Okay? I want you guys to be along with me for the journey of Andrew Tate's mask breaking as we go through this.
I didn't have a Christmas or a New Year planned. I didn't have anything in my head after this fight. My life ended on December 20th.
You can say that again. Okay? Listen, I'm just going to let him speak. You can say that I think he might be done after this, but it's okay.
And now my life has begun again. It's a unique position to be in. People are saying, oh, what about Christmas? I'm like, oh yeah, Christmas. I forgot about Christmas. And I forgot about New Year. I forgot about everything. I only had one singular focus. I was just worried about this fight.
Chase DeMoore in a Misfits boxing match. You're going to get what I'm saying here about, buddy, you ain't fighting John Jones in his prime for the world championship, okay? You're going to understand where I'm coming from the more he delves into his psyche about this loss. And I actually wish, for his sake, he would have said, I should have taken it more serious. Because if he was taking it so serious as to there being nothing after this date for him in his life whatsoever, and that's what he came up with, it was an embarrassing performance. It wasn't just about him gassing out. It was about him looking absolutely abysmal at striking. He looked like an influencer who picked up combat sports for a 6-week training camp and went out there and had a go at it. And he's been living this life of like, I'm a world champion at this and that. I don't think that's the case. You know what I mean? We go to 013-51 of his little fucking Rumble show here.
The best thing about this fight was that I got to spend the last 4 months with only one thing to think about. I got to be with Amir, my coach, every single day.
4 months with his coach every single day, 2 rounds of cardio. It's tough. That's 6 minutes.
Fair play to Chase DeMoore, because I think people, I said to a few people that I thought Chase DeMoore could be Andrew Tate, and they'd be like, nah, Andrew Tate will win. Andrew Tate will be easy. And I was like, trust me, Chase could do it. Chase could do it, man. Because Chase is awkward. That's what people don't understand. When you got, I don't know how tall he is, 6'5", 6'4". You've got someone like that in front of you, and they're awkward with it. They're very difficult to fight, and that's why Andrew Tate couldn't do anything. You know, I mean, I don't think Andrew Tate looked great anyway, but when you add that to how awkward Chase is, then it's going to be a hard night's work. And people don't remember. People only remember what, I mean, it was a big meme, but people only remember Chase from when he was missing those shots and when
against Josh Bruckner, 2022 November on the Mrs. Austin card, like fighting his dreams.
Exactly, like he was fighting an invisible fighter, and that became a meme. If you look from where he's come from that moment to now, it's a big transformation. So I think people, because of that meme, people hold on to that rather than see his improvements. You know, I'm not saying he's the finisher arc or anything like that, because he's still new to boxing. He still needs to learn great fundamentals and keep improving every time. But it's
This is exactly how the situation feels, but the narrative splits. Critics argue Tate exposed himself, with his cardio excuse showing he wasn't prepared, that the loss shatters the invincible image he built. Yet unexpectedly, many people gained respect for him, recognizing that he didn't need to fight. Didn't need the money, exposure, or to risk his carefully crafted image in a real combat sport.
If you sit and say, I'm going to try this thing, and I know I'll succeed, and everybody is going to say good things about me. So to make sure that happens, I'm going to cheat, or I'm going to be underhanded. I'm going to do some sneaky shit because I need these people to say good things about me. They already fucking own you.
This isn't a lesson to be learned. You didn't need to cheat by hopping on roids or something to beat. You shouldn't have had to beat Chase DeMoore, Andrew Tate. Now I'm speaking to Andrew Tate as the real fighter I considered him to be. If you think you need to do these underhanded, cheaty things to get it done just because of what people are going to say, then they own you. Like, the only reason he lost this is because he just refused to hop on the sauce and cheat his way through this. He tried to do it the real way, and that's why you're all laughing at him? No, we're laughing because you look like shit and like you couldn't throw a fucking punch. I used to think, say what you want about Andrew Tate, he'd fuck you up. Now I don't know. Now I just don't fucking know. Even KSI, Jake Paul, calling him out in the early days, a couple of years ago. Logan Paul and Jake Paul calling out him and Tristan. The comments used to be saying, they wouldn't call out real fighters. You know, people forget, man. Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate are real fighters. They want to watch themselves before they call out them. Now it would be different. Now I think the narrative would be, man, Andrew Tate don't want nothing to do with Jake Paul. If Andrew Tate fought KSI, it'd be flatlined. This isn't what we're not mocking you because you refuse to hop on the sauce to beat Chase DeMoore. You should have just looked a bit better at fighting against him. You look like a pansy out there. That's the critique we have.
Test him the way he needed to be for this fight, and he's baffled as to why he gassed, when the reality is his legs went, his arms went, because there was a lot of clinching. Chase was bigger than him, and Tate threw a lot of power punches, and he struggled to land them. You didn't see a lot of that in camp, clearly. Made it an ugly fight. Chase is a strong athlete, and he kind of bullied Andrew. He didn't get bullied in camp. Or he's trolling, and I don't know which one it is.
And I took this fight knowing it was a risk. Guys, I could have fought a tin can. I could have fought an idiot, and everyone would say, top G, top G, top G. I could have fought some nobody and beat up some nobody. But what's the point in that?
He called Chase a nobody and an idiot before they fought. I mean, again, it just writes itself.
What's the lesson in that for me? Where's the lesson in that for you? I put it on the line. I get in the arena. Everyone with an opinion is on the sidelines. Imagine living a life where you're so afraid of loss that you never get to win. You sit in the corner as a coward, writing Twitter comments at people who take risks you will not take.
But he don't care about it, y'all. He don't care. If he would have come on here and been like, you know what, I'm fucking pissed off at people talking shit, then I would respect this a lot more. You can't come on here and talk about, oh, I don't care about what people gotta say, and then go on a diatribe about what people gotta say, dude. You can't.
Napoleon is in the history books. He lost battles.
He lost to Chase DeMoore. I'm playing.
And you have to know that, and you accept that when you agree to take the risk in the first place.
Facts. I agree.
And that is the barrier that prevents most people from getting anywhere. The what if I lose? I just lost in front of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Got paid $20 fucking million fucking dollars. I'm fine.
And immediately, dude. Immediately, I lost in front of the world. And instead of being like, boom, end the video, I'll move on, I'll get better, I'll come back stronger. He's like, by the way, though, got paid more than you ever will. I don't care about what you think, though. Oh my God. I don't know why I found that so. $20 million. That's a lot, dude. That is crazy money. Shout out to him, dude. Life changing for most of us. Probably not for Andrew Tate. I'm still waiting on what would have happened should he have won to change his life, because that's what he said.
But he did it anyway. And losing might ironically make Tate more relatable than ever. For years, his message was about rising from weakness and using setbacks as fuel. And now he's living it publicly from a place of loss rather than dominance. Joe Rogan noted this could mark the start of a more dangerous, mentally stronger version of Tate. The big question, what's next? Will he return to boxing, rematch Chase DeMoore, tighten his training, or go after a bigger name like KSI or Logan Paul? Combat? Sports thrive on comebacks, and while Tate lost, the story is far from over. This moment could either break him or rebuild him, shaping the next chapter of his legacy.